Alright guys, time for another Patreon request, and this one comes from my good friend Chris, aka the Mount Vernon Kid. And as always, like I've said in the past few videos, if you'd like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon where you guys can start sending me requests for videos to do here on YouTube. Other than that, let's get into this Patreon request. This Patreon request is pretty fun because actually I just did, a few days ago, a Black Lagoon crossover, and it's funny enough, Chris sent me this as a request, not only because it's another Black Lagoon crossover, but who it's crossing over with. Like, that's the other fun thing, is that this is crossing over with another element that I've never really talked about. It's kind of like when I did the Dragon Ball Z video. It's like, yeah, I don't know, I haven't normally talked a lot about it. And that is, as you can see right here, a Hitman Black Lagoon crossover. So let's dive right into it with this crossover. So this Hitman Black Lagoon crossover is basically set. It's set. I guess you could say like it's in between seasons, like Roberta's Bloody Trail and the end of season 2. So yeah. So this story begins in Roanapur, and what is going on is that there's been a series of very violent deaths. Like, people have just been gunned down, high-ranking mob bosses throughout Roanapur, and a lot of them have been, I wouldn't say butchered. It isn't like the twins when they showed up and slaughtered everyone. It is nowhere near the level of carnage that the twins had. But it is that level of, hey, this is like not some random brutal butchering. It's more like, yeah, this is done by the hands of a professional hitman. And a lot of the bosses are scared because they're like, this is whoever this is, they're good. They're like slipping past our security. They're slipping past our, they're slipping past several, a lot of our people. And our guys are just getting whacked left and right. Like, it is a fucking shit show. So, hey, Balalaika, since you and Hotel Moscow are the big boss here, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? Like, what's the game plan here? What are we, what's the game plan? What exactly is your game plan, for this, for whoever's taking us out? And she's like, I have no idea. Balalaika's just like, I don't get it either. This isn't like the twins. They left a calling card. They left carnage. They left a lot of death behind them. This is whoever is picking off our esteemed competition. Whoever is doing this, they're a professional. This is a guy. This is one person. Like, they've already kind of nailed down that, okay, it's one person, he's good, and they know how to hide evidence of their trail. Like, after the job is done, they know how to hide, from their, they know how to hide. Like, they know how to hide their tracks. So, Balalaika obviously understands that, like, I'm going to be one of these people they're looking for. But I bet whoever is hunting us has no idea that what they're about to unleash. Or do they? Like, that's the kind of the thing where she has that thought of, yeah, there's no way someone's going to get the drop on Hotel Moscow. Or do they? or do they? Yeah, I just made a reference to Dumbo. Not the best one either, but it's kind of like that moment where she has that where Balalaika has that like brief moment of doubt where she's like, oh shit, someone could we could actually get like whoever this is could actually fucking end us. Like, that's kind of the big thing going through her mind, is that whoever this is, they know how to get through security, so I'm gonna have to beef mine up. So she basically gets the Lagoon Company involved and tells them, look, we have a assassin, and they're probably gunning for me, so I'm going to pay you a lot of money, and I do mean there's going to be a lot of zeros at the end of this check, at the end of this contract. There's going to be a lot of zeros at the end of this contract, so you in? And Revi's like, hell yeah, I'm in, if it means getting money and killing some some asshole, yeah, I'm in. So night falls, and everyone, like, Hotel Moscow has kind of figured out that they're probably next on the chopping block. So they're getting ready, and they're trying to get reports on like different sectors, and one guy gets taken out. Another guy, like, they are just losing people left and right, and whoever it is, they are getting closer. And then one guy, like Belalaika's right-hand man, Boris, her sergeant, sees who it is, and he says it's a bald man in a black suit, and he's wearing black gloves. And she goes, "That is not possible. Like, that shouldn't be." And Revi's like, "What? Who is this motherfucker?" And she goes, "Someone who should not exist. Like, I thought it was a myth. I thought the dude was nothing but a myth. It cannot be him." And they're like, Who is it? And he's like, Belalaika's like, he doesn't have a name. He doesn't have, like, an identity. All we know is his name. He goes by one name, Agent 47. And they're like, how do you stop him? And they're like, no one's figured out how to stop him. And Revi's like, I got an idea. Fucking shoot him. So Revi goes to fight Agent 47. Like, she goes to face 47. And 47 is already, like, going through several of Hotel Moscow's members. He is just dropping them left and right. Until Revi shows up. And Revi's like, I don't know, dude, I don't know who you are. They say you're, like, some boogeyman, like some John Wick motherfucker. But I don't believe it, dude. I do not... I in no way, shape, or form believe that's the case. So, let's dance. So Revi and 47 just start firing on one another. And 47 doesn't really talk through the whole fight. He's just like, whoever this Revi girl is. I've heard stories about, you know, one of the great pirates of Roanapur. She's good, but she's reckless, and that leaves her open. That leaves her open to someone who knows how to, you know, be a little more finesse with their tactics. And that's exactly what happens. Revi gets shot in the side, and she goes down, and he's like, "You're not my target. I'm moving on." But however, that gives Dutch and the others time to move Belalaika, along with the rest of her squad of Hotel Moscow, away from their home base, and they get away. However, 47 is just like, yeah, I'm still going after them. So, Agent 47 is in pursuit. While this is going on, Belalaika basically lets Dutch, Benny, and Rock in on like what she's heard about 47, and she's like, whatever organization he's a part of, it's rumored that this Agent 47 is like, he's always been touted as like some boogeyman, like some kind of myth. Like, if he comes after you, there's nowhere to hide. Even Hotel Moscow has tried decades to figure out if this was real or not. There was some secret organization that created him. We don't know what he is, if he's even human. Some of us don't even think he's human. I never thought it was real, but I guess, fuck me, I guess. It's real. And, of course, 47 does track them down, take out more members, and Belalaika at this point is pissed because it's more of her comrades getting killed. So she's ready to put up a fight against 47, but she's like, who bought this motherfucker? Like, who bought you? I'm not trying to, like, double your money, because I've heard the stories that you're loyal to a contract. So who sent you? Like, who sent you? And he's like, not telling. And that's when Revi shows back up, and the two fight. The two get into another gunfight, and it leads 47 to get shot multiple times, and he gets shot and sent off of a cliff and into the water below. However, 47 does survive, and that's when his contact is like, hey, contract's called off, you didn't get Belalaika in time. It's not, the client got nervous. They're still going to pay us, but they're telling us to stand down. So 47's like, alright, fine, fuck, whatever. So, yeah. By the end of it, we do find out who was the person who put out the hit on, because Bellalaika and the rest of them was like, if it's someone I know in this city, I am going to rip them apart for bringing this monster into my city and killing my friends. So I'm gonna find out who. If I find out who it is, I'm gonna rip them apart. I am going to make them wish they were dead for months. So we do find out who. At the end of it, I would say, if this was a real story, the real person who hired 47 to try to take out Bellalaika was Edda, and because remember, Edda is not just some gun runner at the Church of Violence. She's a CIA. She's a CIA plant. So the CIA literally since they couldn't get an agent close enough to Bellalaika to take her out and destabilize the criminal power in Roanapur, they were like, well, we can always go third party and hire 47, and that's what they tried to do. But when 47 failed, it was like, fuck, we'll have to pull the plug. So there you go, guys. There is my Hitman Black Lagoon crossover. I'd like to thank Mount Vernon Kid for this Patreon and his continued patronage. And like I said before, if you'd like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, where you guys can hit the 4th tier and start sending me requests for videos to do here on YouTube. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.